I feel like that would make a good segue to even the next question about content and the importance of it, because I usually have a conversation with my producer. Shout out Major Static, by the way. I'll put his hand or somewhere on the screen. But basically, we keep talking about the avenues through which artists today can make so much money in comparison to back then. He felt like we've had a conversation whereby we feel like an artist should have a cameraman if they can afford it, a friend of theirs, just following them around, mostly when they're doing artistic shit, like maybe going to the studio, maybe going to an event. They should have a friend, whether they're hiring him or it's just a favor. Come take a few photos of them interacting. Maybe if they have a performance, recording them because of the whole social media thing. So just let us know how important is content, and don't downplay it. Give it to them straight. It's not.
That's funny because I do have my own podcast episode from a while back, and the name of the episode was, it was like something like why you need a cameraman, or take a cameraman everywhere you go, or something
Yeah,
along those
that's
lines.
crazy.
And it's because, like you said, like it's important to have that it's important to have somebody there to always capture those moments, because how are we supposed to know what's going on if we can't see it? You know what I mean? Like it's one thing to just see, you know, you posting a cover art of a new project, um or like maybe you're on somebody's podcast or doing an interview somewhere and they gave you a flyer and you're posting that. It's one thing to see that, but it's also a whole nother thing to take it a step further. And if you shoot a music video, right, you know, which I commonly see people shoot a music video that put a trailer up to the music video. But one thing I never see people put up is behind the scenes.
Yeah.
There's never behind the scenes clips. You know
Usually
what I
said with
mean?
like big artists usually, and there's a reason why the big artists do that as well, but I don't know why we don't think like that. Go ahead, sorry
Yeah.
to cut you.
No, you're fine. It is very interesting. And I like I was saying before, in people's emulation process, this is how you know they're not doing the reverse engineer part, because they're just trying to emulate that end goal. If you reverse engineer it, you repeat that when these people put out music videos, they may not necessarily be posting it on their Instagram, but I bet you if you go on their YouTube, you might see some behind the scenes
Up there.
content. You know what I mean? Like a lot of that stuff is up there. You could probably Google any of your favorite artists, their name, and then put like BTS or behind the scenes in YouTube. Guarantee you, for at least one of their productions, you're going to find behind the scenes content. Period. And
Yeah.
because it's very important. Like we want to see more. I think a lot of artists feel like they need to be, or nobody's gonna care about them until they're at that point, like that point of I finally made it, right? False. We really, as human beings, storytelling is like ancient for us. Like
Yeah.
storytelling goes as far back as, I don't know, however long mankind has existed. Like storytelling is massive. It's such a big deal. And I really urge all artists to embrace that, and embrace that through your content. Tell your story through your content. One artist that I really, really enjoy listening to, she's a female singer. Her name is Don, and she makes very phenomenal music. And she recently released a new project, and one of my favorite songs on there, called Dark and Stormy. She put a video out on Instagram where she broke down what that even meant. You know, like I didn't know that Dark and Stormy was a drink that you can buy at a bar. Like I didn't know
What?
that. Yeah, that's the name of a drink.
I didn't
And
even think of that.
yeah, but
What?
it was her favorite drink, and she broke this down. It's her favorite drink, but the song itself starts there's a feature on the song. I forget his name. He's amazing too. But she breaks down in a video. My point is, she took the time to break all this down, like the lyrics, you know, what she meant when she said a certain thing, the vibe that she was setting, and how it just matched up with the name of the song. Like she's buying a drink, she runs into an ex, the ex is trying to like convince her that they still need to have something together, and she's like, no, you're crazy, you're foolish if you think I believe that. Like, she breaks this whole thing down in the video, and like it all starts from the name of the song, which happens to be her favorite drink, which is like crazy.
That's
So like
crazy.
when you hear this broken down, it's like, holy shit. Like, why are not that many people taking the time to do this? Why are they not taking the time to like break down, like, one
Like
of the
their
music videos,
craft.
yeah, one of the music videos that she shot, like she shot the video, put it out. It was massive. It was great song, great production, everything. There was a lot of acting involved in the music video, which I personally love. And like you got to see the behind the scenes, you got to see them acting like real time, like you got to see this stuff. And like we
Yeah.
want to see that. Artists listening to this, we want to see that. We want to see you come up. We want to see you develop yourself. We want to see what you go through. Listen, we want to see you cry on camera. We want to see you be
No
passionate.
cap. No
Yeah,
cap.
we want to see you be passionate. You know what I'm saying? We want to see you have those epic moments. Like we want to see those. We want to be a part of all your micro blessings. You know what I mean? As long as you're doing your part as the artist and you're feeding me as a consumer, you know what I'm saying? Like you're nurturing me as a consumer too, to even feel like I want to care that much. But if you're doing your part there, know that I want to see these things. So
Yeah. Like building that connection and sharing the journey.
exactly, and that's why content is important. You need that. That is your literally your conduit for building the connection and sharing our journey.